Okay, ready for a deep dive. Today, we're all about the future of learning, and EON-XR 10.4
Sounds exciting.
really is. You know how we've always talked about truly immersive learning, where anything, any image, could become a lesson?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Eon Reality is pushing those boundaries, and today we're going to break down exactly how.
I'm all ears. What's EON-XR all about?
Imagine this. You're looking at a simple image, right?
Okay, got it.
But with EON-XR, it's not just a picture anymore. Their spatial IQ feature turns it into a portal of knowledge. Like, you could be looking at a historical landmark.
I see, so it's interactive.
Exactly. It's not just recognizing the landmark, it's identifying architectural details, linking to historical events, even digging up those interesting little anecdotes.
Wow, so it's like having a whole backstory.
Right, you're not just seeing it, you're experiencing it.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's going from passive to active learning instantly.
And the best part, it works with anything. Imagine a biology student studying a plant cell, but instead of a textbook, they have this 3D model.
That's more like it.
And with the AI, they can actually ask, what does the mitochondria do? And get an immediate, in-depth response.
Now, that's what I call engaging.
And it gets even better. They've got real-world scenarios, like safety training.
How does that work?
Picture this. You upload an image of a typical workspace, any workspace.
Okay.
Now, spatial IQ doesn't just see the image, it analyzes it, identifies safety equipment, hazards, the whole 9 yards.
Wow, that's impressive.
And get this, it can simulate emergencies, like a fire. The AI guides users through evacuation procedures, points out exits, even explains using a fire extinguisher.
All from a single image. That's incredible.
It's about bridging that gap between knowing and doing, which, let's face it, traditional learning doesn't always do well.
It's so true. Experience is everything.
Exactly. And it gets even deeper. They have this thing called the EON portal, which takes this to a whole other level.
Oh, tell me more.
It's about going beyond just the what and diving into the why. Like, imagine studying the human heart, but instead of just seeing a diagram.
Which can be pretty boring, let's be honest.
Totally. With EON-XR, you can ask, what happens during a heart attack?
Hmm.
And the AI breaks it down, maybe even shows you an animation.
That's incredible. Talk about making learning stick.
Right. It's like having a world-class expert available 24/7. But here's where things get really interesting. EON-XR isn't just changing how we access information, it's changing how we learn, especially when it comes to soft skills. Okay, so we've seen how EON-XR can turn any image into a learning experience. But what about those skills that are harder to teach, like communication, leadership, all that interpersonal stuff?
Skills, yeah, those are tricky.
Exactly. But ENXR is tackling those head on. They've got this thing called Soft Skills Train AI, and it's pretty mind-blowing.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How does it work?
Imagine you're in customer service, right?
Okay, I can see where this is going.
You're facing a virtual customer, and they are not happy. They want to return something, but it's not so straightforward.
The dreaded difficult customer scenario, every retailer's nightmare.
Exactly. But in this case, it's a safe space to learn. The AI generates this virtual customer, and they're not just angry, they're using body language, tone of voice, the whole shebang.
So it's realistic.
Oh, incredibly. And here's the cool part. The AI analyzes your every move.
No pressure then.
Well, that's the thing. It's all about feedback. It analyzes your tone, your words, even your body language, and tells you how you're doing.
So it's like having a personal coach right there.
Totally. Maybe you need to work on empathy. Maybe you're being too passive. The AI picks up on it all.
That's amazing. It's like holding up a mirror to your interactions.
And the best part is, you can practice as much as you need. Try different approaches, see what works, no real-world consequences.
That's so valuable, especially for those high-pressure situations.
And it's not just customer service. Think healthcare, management, any field where those soft skills are essential.
It's true. Those skills are transferable to almost any job.
Exactly. But hold on, because EON-XR doesn't stop there. They've added another layer of realism.
Oh, what's that?
Sound. I know it sounds simple, but it makes a world of difference.
I can imagine. Our brains are wired for it, after all.
Right. Think about language learning. You see the words, you interact, but now you hear the pronunciation, the inflections.
It brings it to life, doesn't it? It makes it so much richer.
It's like the difference between looking at a picture of a busy market and actually being there. All the sounds, the voices.
The energy.
Exactly. And it's not just about entertainment. It's about engaging more of your senses, which actually helps you learn and remember better.
That makes sense. We're not just visual learners, after all. Some of us are more auditory, some kinesthetic.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
EON-XR taps into all of that. But here's the thing. How do Educators even create these incredible XR experiences. Well, Eon Reality has thought of that too. We've talked about how amazing and immersive Eon XR can be for learning, but what about the people creating those
Right.
experiences?
It can't be just tech wizards,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Eon Reality gets that. They've made it super accessible for everyone.
Okay, how so?
Take their course catalog generator. Imagine you need to create a whole course on climate change.
Big topic.
Huge. Traditionally, that's a ton of work. Research, content creation, trying to make it fun.
Yeah, a real headache.
But with this generator, you just type in climate change and boom, way. It builds you a course outline, complete with lessons, 3D models, even AI avatars to answer questions.
That's incredible. It's like having a whole team of designers.
Right. It frees you up to focus on the actual teaching.
I love that. What else is there?
Well, they have this thing called the Magic Prompt Enhancer.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
It is, when you just need a little spark of inspiration.
Oh, totally. Writer's block, but for learning, I guess.
Exactly. You want to create a lesson, but you're stuck. So you type in, say, globalization,
Okay.
and the enhancer gives you prompts, questions, even activity ideas.
Oh, wow. To get you thinking about how to teach it.
Exactly. It might suggest using 3D maps to show trade routes or real-life stories about different cultures.
That's so clever. So it's giving you the framework, but you still get to be creative.
Exactly. But let's talk VR. EON-XR works seamlessly with headsets like Oculus Quest.
Now we're talking. That's next level immersion.
Right. Imagine studying the human brain, but instead of a textbook, you're inside a 3D model.
Whoa.
You can walk around, interact, maybe even simulate conditions.
Talk about an unforgettable lesson.
And with the AI, you've got a guide right there with you, answering any questions you have.
It's like personalized tutoring, but in the brain. What's next for EON-XR? Any hints?
They're working on things like dynamic assessments, so it adjusts to each student's progress.
So everyone's learning at their own pace. I like that.
And they're expanding language support too, making it globally accessible.
That's fantastic. Everyone should have access to this kind of learning.
Absolutely. So what we've seen with EON-XR 10.4 is more than just new tech. It's a whole new way to think about learning.
It really is. It's engaging, it's immersive, and it's personalized. What's not to love?
Exactly. It makes you wonder, what if this is just the beginning? What if the future of learning is about truly experiencing information, not just reading it?
It's an exciting thought, and EON-XR is definitely leading the way.
That's for sure. Well, that's our deep dive on EON-XR 10.4. We'll be back soon with another look at the cutting edge of education. Until then, keep exploring.